We're walking up. This is my truck here. You can see through the glasses. We're going to talk about this. Keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. We're going to get to that. But now, for now, we are at Percy Priest Lake again. Again. However, we're on the other side of the lake. You can see straight ahead the tree line on the other side of the lake. That is called Bear Island. And last stream, episode 9, we were on the other side of Bear Island, looking at Bear Island. And now I'm here on the other side of the lake, looking at Bear Island. So last episode, we were on the exact opposite side, camping on the exact opposite side of Percy Priest Lake. Bear Island, you can see off in the distance, separated this site from that site. Cool little, it's gonna be my last stream in Nashville before I take off on my big journey. We'll talk about that a little bit. We'll get into that a little bit. It is Monday, August 25th, 2025. Welcome in. Howdy, howdy. Howdy, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to talk about Alabama. Went down to Alabama last weekend. Had a time. Oh, Lordy, we had a time. Down in Alabama. Met some nice folks. Saw some friends. Met some cool people. Talked about God a lot. Also saw some really debaucherous stuff. What up, Duck? What up, Duck? Why are these ducks obsessed with me? You see this? Are you seeing this? Didn't even see him there. What up, Mr. Duck? No, I don't have food for you. Last time I started feeding, this might be like a hate crime or something. I don't know if I should even admit this on camera, but the ducks from last episode, after the stream turned off, I felt bad. They kept coming up to me. They like became my bros. They became my little army, my little goose army, my little duck army, you know? And I didn't really have anything other than like some chocolate chip cookies that I was probably going to throw away anyways. Like I bought a box of chocolate chip cookies and I was only really wanted to eat like a couple of them. So I was going to like throw them away anyways. Let's be real, I'm fat. I probably would have eaten them anyways. But here's an excuse, great excuse to just give them away to the ducks. I started giving them these chocolate chip cookies, breaking off little pieces of them, you know. Boy, did they love them. Boy, did they love those cookies. And then after I was done, after that, they just would not leave me alone. They just kept circling back to my campsite, literally acting like I was like their king, you know. Kept coming back. Cause you have any more of those cookies? Hey, bro. Like all crack fiending, like, hey, bro, you got any more of those cookies for me? And later that night, I looked up, like I kind of like had a thought in my head. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that, right? Like maybe chocolate's bad for them, like how chocolate's bad for dogs. And so of course I look it up and they're like, yeah, definitely don't, definitely don't give ducks chocolate. It's horrible for them. Bad for their digestion, bad for their like heart and like their blood flow and stuff. So oopsies. That's a me bad. That's a my bad. Sorry. So Mr. Duck, I don't have any human food to give to you. I'm not supposed to give you human food, anything processed, anything sugary, anything full of caffeine. The caffeine's the big problem. So my bad. I hope you're one of those ducks. I hope you survived and I hope you found your way back to me, Mr. Duck. I hope I didn't just commit like a duck genocide, you know? I hope I didn't like Israel, a family of ducks, you know, out there. Hope I didn't pull in Israel and just genocide ducks. Getting canceled again. What's up? Welcome in. Sorry, I didn't mean to go in that direction. But what up? It's August 25th, 2025. I said last week we were going to come up with a journey update. Today's the day. We are at day 103 of my great adventure, my grand adventure God has put me on and set me off on this year. We are in Nashville for this week. By the time this episode releases, I will probably already be on my way to the Smoky Mountains, where I'm going to be for about a week, camping with friends, camping by myself, exploring a little bit. Some areas in North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, that kind of region of the Appalachia. So before then, we're going to do one more stream. I'm going to recap my journey in Alabama, talk about some interesting stuff, the accident I got in last week. Yeah, so stay tuned for all that. We're going to talk about some interesting things. But my journey update, we're on day 103, and I'm at 63 completed days. So every day I wake up, no matter what, without excuses, no days off. Every single day I have to do all 6 things in order to check the box. Now I've only successfully been able to check that box 63 out of 103 total days, which is good. Not great, good enough, right? We're above 50-50. I think it's like 60%, 61%, 60%, right? 63 out of 103. Hey, math nerds. Hey, nerds out there. What would that be? 60%? Good, not great. Above average, I would say. You know? In school, that would be a D. I would be failing. But, you know, I think it's pretty good. I think no days off, you know, checking every single one of those boxes. It is like a nice little rush at the end of the day or in the morning. I wake up. Sometimes I forget to do it at night, but the next day I'll wake up and on my phone in the running tab note, you know, I have a checklist, like a check boxes. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And hitting that check mark on that box feels good. Feels good, man. Feels good. But I've only done it 63 out of 103 days. And lately, so since I've been back in Nashville for about the last month and a half, I've been here in Nashville, seeing friends, organizing my life, setting up my truck, like fixing stuff in my truck. Gonna have to add a new mirror to that this week before I take off. You know, adding a few extra last minute things to the checklist to get my truck ready for the trip I'm about to take. Seeing friends, hanging out with friends, and also kind of learning, like really crash coursing myself, which we'll talk about on my next stream a little more. Really equipping myself as fast and quickly as possible to like serve the homeless and serve the people that are serving the homeless, because I don't know what I'm doing. I am figuring this out as I go. You know, there's been some powerful moments. There's been some definitely some you know, some good things that have happened. Also, it's a lot of mistakes. Also, a lot of ooh, I could be doing better. You know, so I've been really kind of crash coursing myself on learning how to serve and evangelize to people on the street. You know, when to do it, how to do it, where to do it, etc., etc. So this summer has been hot. I'm in Tennessee in the summer, not the most ideal time to choose my little vacation to be in Tennessee, but it happened. We did it. We've learned a lot. We've had some fun. We've had a time. Oh lordy, we've had a time. But also it's just been messing me up. I haven't been reading as much. I haven't been praying as much consistently. You know, the spiritual side has kind of drifted apart. Even though I'm in my church, meeting new friends, church friends, in and around churches, I am praying, I am reading. I'm just not doing it all every day, no matter what, with that excuse, you know. I'll go to sleep and wake up the next morning and be like, bro, I didn't even pray yesterday. What am I doing? You know, can't check that box. Next day I'll wake up and be like, man, I did. And by the way, I should just say real quick, in case you haven't been following along, the 6 things are: I have to pray, I have to read my Bible, I have to be social with other people, I have to be creative in some way, I have to exercise, like a decent exercise, not just oh, I walked into the Starbucks. I walked from the parking lot into the Walmart, checked the box for exercise. No, significant exercise, walking a few miles, lifting weights, whatever, playing some kind of sport that really makes you sweat, makes you work, you know, and hydrating. And I've been really good at the exercising part. I've been really good about the hydrating part. I've been really good about the social part, but the creative part's been slacking, because I've been having too much fun. And the reading and praying has just been a little inconsistent. There's days where I do both. There's days where I do one or the other. And there's days where I do neither. I get too distracted having fun, seeing my friends, running errands, getting prepared, exercising, hydrating. Oops, forgetting about what matters the most, you know? And we're going to get to that. Stay tuned. We're going to get to that. It's all going to come full circle on that in the stream. We're also going to get to the accident, so stay tuned to that. We're also going to talk about Alabama, what happened last weekend in Alabama a little bit. So stay tuned for that. Just stay tuned. Just hear me out. Guys, hear me out on this episode. Watch this episode fully, entirely, not just the clips. Don't turn off because I'm like rambling right now. Don't turn off because the duck went away. Where'd my duck friend go? My duck friend left me. If you're here for the duck, sorry. He's gone. She's gone. But in general, overall, it's funny how this is the kind of the main takeaway. And this is the thought I've been kind of praying on lately and lingering on lately, is that God has this funny and powerful tendency to take away the things I want and instead gives me the things or the plans that do not destroy me. God just keeps, no matter what, man, God just kind of keeps redirecting me to where I need to be and away from where I want to be. Like, I want this. And God has a way of, whether I like it or not, putting me over here where I need to be, what's good for me. You know what I mean? I want what's bad. And yet my faith in him, my trust in him, at the end of the day, when I let go, he tends to move me towards what's good. You know? He protect. Oh Lordy, he protect and he attack. He protects me from myself with 2 C's. The Lord protect me from myself, and he attacks what's after me, what's attacking me, you know? He attacks my enemies for me. But I keep meaning to bring this up. Last episode I was going to talk about this and I totally forgot. Sorry about that. But shout out to the cookery, man. I went and served at the cookery. I've been there a couple times to eat and work on some stuff. The people there are awesome. The mission is awesome. It's a kind of a coffee shop, but mostly a restaurant by Belmont's campus. So Belmont University here in Nashville. There's this place called The Cookery, and I'm just going to read their card. I'm going to let them do the speaking for it. The Cookery, serving hope, one plate at a time. Who we are. The Cookery, located in Nashville's 12th South District, is an eatery infused with Australian flavors, offering breakfast, lunch, espresso drinks, catering with a culinary arts training program. As a division of Lambscroft Ministries, a 501c3 nonprofit, our culinary training provides hope to formerly homeless, incarcerated, and at-risk men. The Cookery launched in 2013, and Brett Swain, our co-founder and head chef, was once homeless himself. The vision of the Cookery is restored lives, reconciled to God, self, and others. Come enjoy the food and drinks, join in our activities, donate and pray to further the mission of the Cookery. And I went for myself, experienced what was happening. I've heard about this. I've heard about people talking about it, and went for myself to see what's up, to experience it, to help myself, to help them. Myself went to help them in their mission, right? But to experience it and also to learn from it. I wanted to like actually really see what the pros and cons are. Again, I've been here in Nashville temporarily this summer, kind of preparing for my trip where I'm going to go on out into the world, out into the West, going out into the Wild West to do this. Apparently, you've been watching, you've been listening. This is new to me. I don't really know what's up, but for some reason, the Spirit is leading me towards serving the homeless, helping the homeless. And I don't really know what I'm doing. And these guys do. These guys do it. These guys every week are like doing it. Every Saturday, they're going out into Nashville. They're giving food. They're giving hope. They're giving love to the people in need, you know? It's beautiful, man. Beautiful people, really good people. They're not faking it, you know? Part of me is like day one, you show up and you're like, are they for real? Are they faking it? Are they just scumbags that are like, you know, lying to whatever, sell more sandwiches at their shop, get more people to come in and buy their food or whatever. And they just slap something on their business that says like, hey, we care about people. Come buy our stuff. It's like, no, they actually really do it. They actually really do get homeless people off the street, bring them in, sometimes put them in beds and houses. That's very rare. That's not really the point. But really what they're doing is training them up. What they're really doing is like giving them opportunities. They're giving them skills. They're giving them things to add on their resume. They're giving them like a network of connections, you know? And yeah, they're feeding them. They're feeding them, yes. That's like the temporary, hey, today your belly will be full. You know, hey, here, like, you know, some groups donate. I think Whole Foods gives like food to them. Hey, here, take some cookies, some sandwiches with you. You know, the next couple days you will have full bellies. But really the purpose is to like train these men up and send them off into the world with like skills and a thing on their resume that says like, I had a job, I can keep a job, give me a chance. You know, a person gave me a chance. This guy took me in, gave me a chance, and I went for it. And I took it and I completed the mission given to me. And so then they can send you out into the world for other people to give you a chance as well. You know, we'll talk about that a little more. I won't rant all about the cookery today, but the experience was awesome. The people I met were amazing. If you're ever in Nashville, I highly suggest at least stopping in to support them a little bit. Buy a cup of coffee. If you're looking for a coffee shop in Nashville, why not go support good people doing good things, you know? And shout out Brett. I met him. I drove in his car. I like played with his daughter in the back seat when we were like driving around town, like going and stopping like in random places where people are like sleeping on the street or like sitting on the street. We're like driving up to them with like little things, little packages of like food. And we're getting out of his car and like giving these people food, you know, preaching the gospel to them, like talking to them just like they're human beings, you know, having real meaningful conversations and moments with these people. It was awesome, man. Shout out to the cookery. Doing good things. Good people doing good things. We need more of that. We need so much more of that, you know. But yeah. What did I write? The cookery. Training up, giving a place to work and grow. The homeless are given opportunity, not just food. Because yeah, food's good. You give someone $20, you give them a sandwich, you give them your leftovers. That's good. That's a good thing. That helped that person somehow in some way right there in that moment. But really what they need is opportunity. Really what they need is like a long-term investment in their lives. If they care, if they want to get their lives together, what they need is opportunity. What they need is like a second chance. What they need is like hope, you know? So that's again why I'm like here. I'm like trying to crash course myself into like, how do I do that? How do I, me, a stupid idiot bumbling man, do that for someone else, you know? Yeah, I can just take $20 and give it to them. Yeah, I can like go into a store, buy a sandwich and give it to them. But how do I, if I meet a person, I only have 10, 20 minutes before I leave, and then I leave town and never come back again. How do I leave knowing like some kind of impact was made? And the way you can do that is by introducing Jesus to them, their Lord and Savior, obviously. That's the number one. That's the most powerful thing. But secondarily, all you can do, not all you can do, but a good thing you can do is give them hope. Give them love. Let them know that a stranger, some big, dumb, idiot stranger like myself cares about them and will on his way remember who they are, care for them, and be praying for them. So yeah, like the most important thing is letting them know that Jesus loves them. Jesus loves them. And then the secondary thing is I can let them know that I also love them. Like a real human being, a tangible physical person also loves them, you know? So yeah, we're going to do that. We'll talk about that more on next episode, episode 11. Stay tuned for that. We'll talk about my mission, what's going on, my plans for what's going on coming up. But today we're not talking about that. We're going to talk about Kudzu. We're going to talk about Kudzu. We're going to talk about, stay tuned. We'll talk about Alabama. We'll talk about, I went to Auburn University on a Friday night, and I went to the University of Alabama on a Saturday night. The first week back for the kids coming back to school. It was wild. We're going to talk about that, but first, let's talk about Kudzu. Let's talk about some Kudzu. What do y'all know about Kudzu? What do y'all know about the Kudzu, man? Everywhere. It's everywhere in the South. It is the vine that ate the South. What do you know about Kudzu? If you've driven around the South, you've seen it. You might not know what it is. It kind of just looks like ivy. It kind of just looks like a weed or whatever, like an ivy weed that just is everywhere. It's a cover, like it covers things. It climbs up trees. It like climbs up telephone poles and hangs down from like telephone wires. Totally engulfs trees, totally engulfs plants. It's a menace. But you would never know it. If you don't know what you're looking for, if you don't know what it is, you would just drive on by and just be like, oh, look at all the vines everywhere. That's pretty. But did you know it's a monster? Do you know it's the vine that ate the South? It destroys. It leaves graveyards behind in its wake. You know, it's like a tsunami that sweeps across what's good, true, and beautiful. And then when it pulls back, it leaves behind a death toll. It leaves behind a graveyard, you know? But it's everywhere. When you see it, you can't unsee it. It really is crazy. It's a foreign invader. They brought it in from Japan. At first, it was supposed to be the miracle plan. It was supposed to be like a solution to problems. It was like this miracle, like, hey guys, we have this great idea to help stop soil erosion. And the federal government thought it was like this miracle plant. Like, it doesn't really have any drawbacks. It's not poisonous. It's not dangerous. It grows really fast. It has deep roots. And if we plant it, we're in areas like around people's yards, trees, belch, excuse me. The idea was we could plant it around places, around people's farms, in people's yards, and they can help prevent soil erosion, right? We can help keep the rivers clean. We can keep the soil good and where it is. I mean, that's the beauty of the South is good growing climate, good growing soil, right? We want to protect that, especially coming off like the Dust Bowl, where it was like everything was totally mismanaged, and it led to disastrous consequences. The people in the South and the federal government were like, we need to not have this happen. What can we do? What are solutions we can find right now to the problem of soil erosion? We have this great idea. It's a plant from Japan. We're going to bring in a foreign plant. We're going to plant it. It's going to spread everywhere, and it's going to solve our problem. And then down the road, the short-term fix, the short-term solution to our problem right now at hand became a nightmare for us. It became a generational curse. It became a problem that today we just don't even have solutions for. It's just everywhere. It has just spread like cancer to everyone's yard. You just drive down the highways of Alabama, you just see it everywhere. And again, if you don't know what you're looking for, you don't know what it even is. You're like, what's the big deal? Who cares? But it is a big deal. It is a big deal, and we should care. Who cares? That famous phrase I hate so much. Who even cares? What's the big deal? Well, you know, the stuff it kills, the native species that are killed off, they probably care a little bit, you know? They probably care a little bit. So what is kudzu? What did I write? Kudzu, it grows 1 foot a day, which is insane. If you're not familiar with plants, I mean, something growing a foot a day is mind-blowing. It's like literally you could probably sit there and watch it grow right before your eyes. Like if you sat there, if you sat there for a couple hours, you would literally see this plant grow right before your eyes. It's nuts. Each stem of the plant can take root and create its own root system. So therefore you can't just like rip it out easily. You can't burn it off easily. You can't spray it with chemicals and kill it easily. Like you can't kill it at the root. It literally grows new root systems and keeps spreading new root systems everywhere it goes. A foot a day, a foot a day, a foot a day. It just goes. It just conquers everything in its wake, you know? It has big leaves. So the vine, the leaves itself are very big compared to other vines. So it causes shade and it covers itself, causing a lot of shade. So as this vine grows, it is just covering everything underneath it in shade. And what are you thinking at home? Man, isn't the South hot? Doesn't everyone always complain about it being hot in the South? Isn't shade a good thing? It's like, yeah, until everything underneath it dies because it doesn't have the sun. You know, until it's like covering trees and plants with its, lush, heavy-leaved canopy, well, I was looking for that word, canopy. Everything beneath it now has no access to the sun. It doesn't have as much water. These roots are sucking up the water from the soil, and the canopy itself is preventing water from getting to everything beneath it. So it also can grow in low nitrogen soils and like areas without a lot of resources. So it can grow in cracks in the concrete. It can grow on walls. It can grow like up on abandoned walls, you know what I mean, of like old worn down buildings. It wipes out other native species, and it swallows other plants and trees. Climbs up power lines, buildings, all living things. All living things are slowly strangled and slowly destroyed. Graveyards, nothing but graveyards beneath its greenery, which is wild. You look at it and you say, isn't it pretty? Isn't it cool? Isn't it pretty? What's the big deal? It's providing shade. What's the big deal? It's stopping soil erosion. What's the big deal? It's a good thing, right? The federal government used to pay farmers to plant it. It must be a good thing, right? Doesn't the government know what it's doing? Isn't the government trustworthy? Wink, wink. But while it thrives, other things die. So it's thriving, it's growing, it's spreading, it's taking over. The foreign invader is doing well. Meanwhile, the native species die. What was there dies. And we're going to get to this more as we go here in the stream, but when you sacrifice your now, or I'm sorry, you sacrifice your future for now, long-term consequences, generational curses. We'll get to that. Stay tuned. So yeah, again, the premise here is kudzu. It can look pretty. You drive down Alabama roads. That's all I could think about this whole time was I was driving all these country roads in Alabama. Beautiful. Stopping in these small towns, talking to these awesome people. So friendly, so loving. Love Alabamans. Alabama man. Alabama man. Alabamans. Great people, awesome people, lovely people. But as I'm like driving down these roads, all I can look at and see, like all I can see is kudzu everywhere, just swallowing trees. I can see it slowly killing trees. Like I can see it is taking over a tree. You know what I mean? And underneath that tree, the leaves are dying. The root system is dying. Like the tree is being like literally swallowed by the kudzu. And when you drive by it, you're like, oh, look at that pretty greenery. Look, isn't it just so green everywhere? And I'm looking at this foreign invader just getting hold of and just conquering and just destroying everything underneath it. You know what I mean? Killing trees, killing animals even, you know, killing all these plants. And all I could think about was just the lesson in that, like the symbolism in that. Like when you sacrifice your future for a now solution, you're like, hey, we have this problem right now. Soil's kind of eroding a little bit. So let's just like let all of the future trees and plants die so that right now we can like maintain our farms. So that like right now we can have a solution to our problems. And isn't that just the epitome of like everything wrong? Like immigration, like you're bringing in these foreign people to like what work, like pick the strawberries and like clean the toilets. Okay, so what, you have a labor shortage right now, so you're going to import a foreign people that don't speak your language, don't like your culture, don't care about you, to conquer and take over your nation. You know, it's like you sacrifice your now for like future, or I'm sorry, you sacrifice your future for now, right? For profits in the moment, for ease and access and comfort and solutions to your problems now in this moment. You're going to surrender your nation. You're going to surrender your whole civilization, you know? This guy coming to talk to me? Yep, I think so. Yep. Pause on the stream. Morning. Hey, I'm just doing my round for remind everybody check out the 12. Yeah. No, appreciate it. Have a good day. I'll be out at like 11:50. I'm gonna push the time, but I will be out. Appreciate it, brother. Have a good one. Shout out to him. Nice, friendly guy. Not coming up heated and angry. Where were we? Well, yeah, we'll talk about it. Kudzu. We'll get on to it. We gotta be out of here by noon for my beautiful campsite. I'm already packed up and ready to go. All I gotta do is just hit end on the recording, and then we can take off. But where were we? That guy was nice. He was nice. He was friendly. We're gonna push the limits. I gotta be out by noon. I'm gonna hit end on the recording, and we're gonna leave here at like 11:55. We're gonna obey the rules. We're gonna obey the rules, but we're also gonna push the limits on the rules. You know what I mean? But where were we? Yeah. So not only just immigration. You can be mad at me for those comments all you want. But the same applies to like everything else, like alcohol abuse, drug abuse. Like you want good now. You want to feel good right now in this moment. You want pleasure right now. And what does it do to your long term? It destroys your body. It ruins your mind. It messes up your emotional state. It takes away your money. Like you spend your money that you could be spending on good things in your future. And instead right now you're buying drugs and alcohol with it. Like temporary, selfish, short-sighted gains in the moment, in your today, that lead to your own destruction down the road. Like taking out a loan. This is my problem, is I got so stupid in my 20s about taking out loans. I would take out loans to pay off my loans so that I could just keep going. You know, you're putting off like the hard work. You're putting off the sacrifice. You're like, I want money now. I want something now for whatever I want in this moment. And what I'm going to do is lose money in the long term. I'm going to sacrifice my future prosperity for something right now. And it destroys you. It destroys your life. It's so stupid. And I wish I could just shake me when I was in my 20s and just be like, stop. What are you doing? But when you're in your 20s, you're young, you're dumb, you're having fun. You're like, who cares? I'll get a job. I'll make more money in the future. I'll pay off my loan. And now I look back at all the wasted time, all the wasted money, all the stupidity. And yeah, I'm out of debt. Yeah, now I'm out of debt. Now I'm free of it. But man, all of the wasted time, all of that for what? Some fun, some short-term gain when I was in my early 20s. But yeah, whatever. You neglect your sleep. I mean, there's even things on like your life, not in those serious, like your like financial freedom in terms of a loan, or like, you know, your country's prosperity in terms of like bringing in immigrants, you know, but just like neglecting sleep. Like if you're neglecting sleep for a couple days, so what? You can stay up more and have more fun or do something. You're like destroying your body, and eventually you're going to have to catch up on that sleep. You know, the bill will come due at some point in the near future. Like whether you like it or not, it's coming for you. The inevitability will slap you in the face sooner rather than later, but it will come. But then look at like abortion. Look at literally what's the argument for abortion. It's the same thing as like the pagans did when they sacrificed their babies. Like we will throw our babies into the fire for a better harvest, for more rain. Like we will literally throw our future progeny, our babies, our future generations, we will throw into the fire so that it can rain today, so that I can have food in my belly tonight or next week or whatever. And the modern equivalent's the same thing. I will abort my baby because I want a better, more prosperous future. I don't want to like pay for this baby. I don't want to waste my time raising this baby. So I'm going to what? Murder my future. I'm going to take away my future, the country's future, my community's future, God's future. For what? Your own selfish gain? So that you can live well right now? So that tomorrow you don't have to like be raising a baby. You can like go party. You can go back to work. You can make money and buy a house and go on vacations and have quote unquote freedom in your life. You're going to throw away your future for your now. And that's kudzu. And that's all I could think. Everything was just coming back as I'm driving these Alabama roads. Like everything I was thinking of, like anything like that was just coming back to the symbolism of kudzu, of just, man, in like the 1940s, did we think we had this like miracle plant? We had the solution to all our problems. We're going to plant this kudzu and it's going to prevent our soil erosion. We're not going to have a dust bowl. We're going to live well now. And now, like 100 years later, it's just engulfed the South. It's just killed all these native species. It's just destroying people's plants. It climbs up power lines and like rips them down. A storm comes, all these vines are hanging from these power lines. And you can think like, oh, look at the pretty vines on the power lines. Oh, look at like that old abandoned building, or that building is being covered in these pretty green vines. Meanwhile, it's just waiting to just rip the stones down. It rains, a lot of rain, a lot of weight is on that vine, on that plant. It becomes heavy and it starts pulling whatever it's clinging to down with it. So you have all this kudzu on these power lines. It rains, the water gets on the leaves, the weight pulls it down and rips those power lines down. And then the community doesn't have power. And then the hospitals don't have power. Not just, oh, I don't have my TV show for a night, but like actual societal problems occur because of the kudzu invasion. So we'll move on. We got to leave here. We can't disobey the campground rules. You know, we got to obey the rules. But the general idea is that evil spreads quickly if you don't take it seriously. If you have this who cares mindset, what's the big deal mindset? Well, it's good for me right now mindset. Yeah, evil will infect your heart. It will infect your tongue. It will start taking over your soul, your body like a cancer. That evil left unchecked will spread. It's not this passive, oh, one day I'll get around to it. Oh, one day I'll figure out the solution to that problem. We'll worry about it down the line. Who cares? Today we're having fun. Who cares? Today we're feeling good. Who cares about a little bit of evil in my life? Who cares that like on a Friday night I'm going out and partying at a bar? What's the big deal? I'll go to church on Sunday. I'll deal with that evil in my heart right now on Sunday at church. Meanwhile, the evil is just infecting you. It's just spreading. It's destroying you. So don't sacrifice your now for your future. I'm sorry. Don't sacrifice. Keep flipping these. Don't sacrifice your future for your now. Do what's important now. Do the good thing now. Sacrifice now for your future. Do the hard thing today. Do the difficult thing today that will lead to a better future. Or else you'll just let evil spread. And in the future, you will have a bigger, more evil problem to deal with. If you cut it off now, if you cut it down at the root now, before it spreads, all you have to do then in your future is consistently keep cutting the small amount of evil in your life, the small amount of evil that's taking root in your heart. If you continue to cut that down every day, small amounts, incrementally, every day, be a little serious, care a little bit more every day about that bad thing you're doing, and cut that root down today. And keep doing that, and keep doing that, and keep doing that. And yeah, that sucks, and yeah, that's not fun, and yeah, it's difficult, and it hurts, and it's painful. It's painful to stop doing drugs. You know? It's difficult to raise a baby when you're not financially secure enough. Yeah, it's gonna suck, it's gonna hurt. Yeah, it's easy to just bring in some immigrants to just pick your strawberries because no one really wants to do it right now. Yeah, okay, cool. You have a good temporary solution to your problem today, right now, in the moment. But if you're not cutting off those small, little incremental bits of evil and you just let it go, and your mindset is, who cares? Or one day we'll deal with that. We'll find a solution to our problem someday, I'm sure. Well, then you end up 5 years from now, 20 years from now, 100 years from now, with problems that your children, your grandchildren, and great-grandchildren will inherit. And those problems will be massive and almost unstoppable. You get the ball rolling on an avalanche, it becomes almost to the point of like, you can't even stop it. The evil has become so big, so widespread, so powerful that you are unable to stop it. But if you every day just keep cutting out that root, hacking at that root, that small little root as it's taking root, as the kudzu is starting to spread, you're cutting it down there. It's a small problem as you go, instead of a massive, large problem someday in your future, you know? So that's kudzu. But as I'm in Alabama, man, shout out Alabama. I love Alabama. I love Birmingham. Went to Auburn for the first time, met some awesome people there. Really, truly great people. Saw Toomer's Corner. That was pretty fun. Was there on Friday night. So I was there. It was the first week of school, 2025. kind of weird seeing signs that say like welcome class of 2029. Nothing makes you feel older than seeing a sign that says welcome incoming freshman class of insert year here. Whatever that year is, just no matter what, makes you feel old if you're like beyond that. You know what I mean? Just makes you feel old. And so I'm walking around these college campuses and there's just energy. There's excitement. The kids are happy. They're back in school. They just had a fun summer. They're coming off the end of the still hot out, still beautiful. The campus is looking pristine. You know, they just spent all summer making the campus look so pristine. It's like as picturesque as you possibly could find it. Untouched, unblemished, you know, perfect. The buildings are looking crisp. All the construction of the summer is like done and wrapped up. Everything's looking beautiful. The women are looking beautiful. Man, were the women looking beautiful. These Alabama queens, man. And boy, was Satan really, really tempted me a lot as I was walking, as I was going. And it was just crazy that there were so many women. I was like flabbergasted on both campuses. It was like 3-to-1 or 4-to-1, just the amount of young women to young men. It really didn't seem to add up. I kind of at some point was like, where are the men? Like, where are the dudes? Like, what are they doing? Because the women are just everywhere, walking around campus, having fun, like talking with each other, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And it was just kind of like you'd see some dudes. You'd see like some dudes hanging out, having a fun time, but it was wild, man. I still, to this day, I still like, you know, now 3 days removed, I'm still kind of questioning and wondering like what was up with that, you know? And so I'm there on Friday night. Friday night, I was in Auburn. Saturday night, I was in University of Alabama, Tuscaloosa. And both campuses, both nights, man, were these women like really just a lot of makeup, a lot of whatever they wear to make their things look big. You know what I mean? The tight stuff that makes their things look big and attractive, you know? Lots of makeup, hair really well done. Like, you're just walking by them and you just like overwhelming beautiful smells, like whatever that is, perfume and stuff they wear. It was just like a lot. Like, it was an excessive amount of appearing good. You know, these women they're beautiful women. You could just tell they're pretty. Like, they're pretty women. And then on top of it, they were going clearly above and beyond to make themselves appear extra pretty, extra beautiful, extra done up with makeup and good hair and good smells, you know? And it was sad. You know, maybe I'm just becoming old. Maybe I'm just becoming old man, like, where I am like, man, it was so depressing seeing that, you know? So depressing seeing that. Like, that's where you care about? Like, you want to care about really looking good to what? Get a man? But then there weren't men. Like, who are you even doing this for? There aren't men around, which again was weird. But also it was like the men didn't care. The men were just like wearing t-shirts and like acting goofy with their bros. Like, they didn't care at all. It was like both campuses had all these, like, so many women everywhere. All of them super well done up, dressed up, makeup, you know, looking good, all that kind of stuff. And it was like, for who? Like, who are you doing this for? And it just had to be, my conclusion is it had to be for each other. I think they just are like competing with each other, trying to impress each other, the women that is, because they're not doing it for the men. The men on these campuses are like this. They're just like wearing t-shirts and wearing Birkenstocks and like just kind of goofing around with their bros, like getting drunk. That was the vibe. And the women were like, almost like they were getting ready to like walk a runway, like be like taking like pictures, you know, like photo shoot pictures for magazines or something. It was just a wild disparity. Like, the women were way too done up. There was way too many of them. It was almost like they were taking their appearances way too seriously. And the men were just like, A, not even there. And B, the ones that were there just like didn't even care. They were just like, hey, let's hang out and have fun. It was wild. It was wild. It was really making me, and just the debauchery, man, just the excess. I mean, walking around these campuses, everyone's drinking, everyone's smoking, everyone's saying like debaucherous stuff, profanity, sexual jokes. It was just, yeah, it was rough. It was rough. Maybe I'm a grouchy old man. Maybe I'm becoming like I should be like a dad, where I'm just like, man, man, these poor young girls, man. They're so lost. Their care, their intention, what they cared about most was just misplaced into their appearance. That being said, I also ran into three different groups of girls with 3 girls each. So if you're watching my stream, if you're still here through all of this, thanks for tuning in. What's up? Shout out. I don't know your names, but you knew me. You met me. And all 3 groups of girls saw me as I was walking around these cities. I put stickers up. So if you found me through the stickers, or if you're one of those girls in one of those groups, shout out, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. But I'm going around putting stickers up, and 3 different times. So one group was on Auburn's campus, and then 2 groups of 3 girls were on Alabama's campus. And all 3 of them saw me put the stickers up and then came up and asked me, like, what are the stickers? What's up? And I was kind of telling them about my life, my journey, my story, all that kind of stuff. And all these girls seemed so cool. Like, they did seem like cool. Like, yeah, they were like kind of looking cute, but not excessive. They didn't put too much into their appearance, you know? They really did seem like authentically cool. Like, they actually seemed like the girls that were set apart from the mass of girls that are caring about stuff that doesn't matter, that's not important, that's temporary, you know? It was the girls that were like, they seemed like they were about to go hang out with each other and have a fun time, not go out and try to like seek the attention of boys or the approval of their peers, you know? They were like in just like normal clothes, like just seemed down to earth, seemed cool, you know? So shout out to those girls. But yeah, why was I even bringing all that up? Just, yeah, what do you care about is what I wrote down. What do you care about? Again, like the Kudzu, do you care about your right now, or do you care about your future? Do you care about looking pretty right now and hooking up with some dude tonight, or having fun in this moment at a bar? Or are you going to be set apart like those other girls who are like actually interested in cool things and like having fun with each other, like being like friendly and funny with each other, instead of like going out and seeking the approval of others, you know, going out and getting drunk with each other? I don't know. A lot of assumptions on my end on a lot of this stuff, a lot of generalizations on a lot of this stuff, but I do just feel like the pretty ones, the ones who care so much about being pretty, who spend all that time like plucking and tweezing their eyebrows and getting Brazilian waxes and doing this makeup and getting these tans and looking good and smelling good. I know those girls. I've been around those girls. I've dated those girls before. You go to their apartments and it's a mess. You go look at their grades, they're horrible. You go look at their friendships, they're like so shallow. Like the ones who put everything into their appearance, into their right now, those are the ones who are like miserable. Those are the ones who are a mess. And then the girls I'm talking about, where I just kind of randomly run into them on the street and they're like normal. They're like having fun with each other. They're friendly. They're like bubbly and laughing and like telling jokes and being all funny, you know? Those are the ones who kind of have their stuff together. Like those are the ones that like you as a man would want to marry. Like that's a wife, not like a fun time for the night, you know? But overall, man, these Alabama queens, they're beautiful, and it was so sad. It was so sad because I used to be that guy. I used to be the guy on college campus, like having fun, partying, doing drugs, trying to hook up with chicks. And now I walk around and I'm just like old, grouchy old man, just like, ladies, you don't have to do this, man. Don't have to do this. You're gonna regret this. Like, go have fun with your friends. Go talk about interesting things. Go acquire skills and knowledge. Like, go do things that matter, that are gonna set you up for long-term prosperity, long-term joy, long-term peace in your life. And then don't seek for right now. Don't try to go have fun right now in this moment. What, impressing your peers with how pretty you look, or how good you are at doing TikTok dances, or like how many boys you can hook up with or whatever, how much attention you can get from other dudes, other girls? Don't throw away your future for your right now. It's again, don't be the kudzu. Hey ladies, don't be kudzu, all right? Don't get distracted by others or your stuff or status or security. Set yourself apart from everyone, everywhere. But let's talk about, yeah, I got in this accident, man. We'll get back to some of that stuff. So I'm driving. It's a construction zone. We're merging. There's trucks, there's cars. It's like we're entering into a construction zone. 2 lanes are going into one. It's nighttime. It's busy. People are mad. They're trying to get home. It's like 9 o'clock at night. And me and these cars are just slowly merging. We're trying to get over. And there's a truck, big, large, giant truck that's like part of the construction site. And me and some other cars, you know, as that happens, you know what happens, like stop and go traffic, the trucks kind of are slower to get going. And the cars in front of the truck speed up, which creates a gap. And so me and the cars in the right lane are trying to merge into this lane. The truck's going slower, the cars in front of it make some space. Me and about 3 cars are like, okay, we're going to slowly merge into that space, right? And then we stop. And my car is at an angle. If you can see this, can you see the glasses? We'll do the glasses. Here's my car, angle. Here's a truck. I'm merging. I'm merging in. I'm merging like this into the space, and this truck just keeps going. Keeps going. You see this? And hits like this. I'm merging. I have to stop. Truck does not stop and smashes into my mirror, which I showed you at the beginning. Instantly, I get heated. Man, did I get heated. Because I instantly rushed to the snap conclusion that like that truck was like pissed at me that I was trying to merge in front of it. And so he just didn't stop. That was my assumption. That was my instantly. It sounded way worse and felt way worse than it was. It ended up literally just only being my mirror. The mirror on my car broke. Not the end of the world. It could have been so much worse. I don't know how it didn't. It sounded horrible. I thought like the front end of my driver's side like bumper got ripped off. That's like, it felt so aggressive and so hard and so intense. And I get out, I you know, put the blinkers on, drive up. The first thing I do, I get out of my car and I'm heated, I'm pissed. And I throw up my hands like, what are you doing? Because again, I'm jumping to the conclusion that like this jerk was like mad and not letting me merge in. I'm like, why wouldn't that truck just let me merge in? Like 3 cars were all merging in front of him. Why did he hit me? So I'm jumping to that conclusion, right? I get out of my truck and I'm like, why would you do that? And the guy opens his door and goes, I didn't see you. And instantly I was like, oh, still hot, still angry, still heated. But instantly also kind of hit that realization like, ooh, maybe he just didn't see me. You know? Ooh, egg on my face. I came out hot. I came out so ready, like to be angry. And if you know me, that's not me. I'm not angry. I'm not an angry guy. Even in those moments, I'm usually the guy that's like, oh, great. Now we have to deal with this. Oh man, I get angry at the fact the situation's happening. But usually I am the guy that's a little more forgiving, more patient with people. Usually the guy that does say like, oh, okay, like, got to deal with this. But for some reason, man, that anger, like the kudzu, just swarmed over me, just engulfed my heart and led me to be evil. And I got angry and furious and jump into rash conclusions about this guy, this trucker guy, right? And I get out of my truck and I'm like, why'd you do that? And he's just like, I didn't see you. And then he gets on the phone. He's calling his like, you know, it's part of the construction site, this big giant, you know, pavement project, a bunch of trucks, bunch of stuff, bunch of workers everywhere. He's calling his supervisor on the phone right away. I turn around. So instantly I'm kind of hitting this like, ooh, maybe, you know, maybe this is just an accident. Maybe he authentically didn't see me. His reaction did kind of seem authentic. Like, yeah, I didn't see you, man. And, but he was also angry. His tone wasn't nice. His tone was an angry tone was, I didn't see you. But it did click. I was like, yeah, maybe he just authentically didn't see me. And maybe this situation just is annoying and frustrating and sucks. But I turn around, and this is why this is the problem. This is the issue. I turn around and I see some guy, some black man, probably gay, very effeminate, has parked his Mercedes in front of my truck. He's gotten out of his nice Mercedes. He comes up to me and he says, you hit him. He said, I saw this, you hit him. And now I'm like, what? I was like, no, I didn't. What? I was baffled. And he goes up to the truck driver and he goes, I saw everything. I got your back, bro. He's the one who hit you. And I was like, no, he didn't. What are you talking about? I was parked. The truck hit me. What are you talking about? And this guy would not, like literally like a parrot that repeats himself. You hit him. I saw you. You hit him. And I was like, no, he didn't. How could I have hit him? You hit him. I saw it. Like, he wouldn't even let me finish my sentence. He just kept saying, I saw it. You hit him. You hit him. And I'm like, who are you? And now I'm just getting heated. Now I'm getting angry because now it's like, I didn't hit him. Fact, I did not hit him. Why is this random guy stopping? He could have just driven on his own merry way and let me and this trucker deal with this, exchange information, talk about it, get the superiors involved, get the police to come do a report, which ended up happening. And at the end, we'll get to that. It ended up happening like that. We exchange information, police come, report's done, we shake hands, we drive away. We wasted some time. I have to buy a new mirror. Not the end of the world. But man, did I get heated about this guy. This random guy, stops what he's doing to come up to me and say, literally to lie about what happened and lie to me in my face and try to blame me for something I didn't do. You hit him. You hit him. I was like, no, I didn't. How could I have hit him? My foot was on the brake. we were all merging correctly and rightfully so. When the sign said to merge, we were slowly in traffic merging. He is the one in the truck who did not stop for the merging vehicles and then hit the vehicles in front of him. And this random bystander, this random black guy comes up and goes, you hit him. I saw it. I'm going to sit here and wait for the police and tell them the whole story because you're the one who hit them. And I kept being like, who are you, dude? What are you doing? Like, why do you even care about this? And I'm getting so heated because he's just lying. Why would you even lie about this? And again, I'm not even saying this to like cover my tracks or look good. Like, that's authentically what happened. At the end of it, turns out the driver has dash cam. And I was just kind of like, okay, well, the dash cam just proves me right. Because me is the reality of the situation. Exactly what happened. What happened was we were merging and the truck didn't see me and hit me. The truck hit me. The truck hit my mirror. And I do actually believe now, dust is settled, situation's over, we can look back on it with honesty, that's what happened. It was like a mistake. Trucks, it was dark, it was a confusing situation where two lanes are trying to merge. This truck had a high eyesight. My truck is tall, but not tall enough. He authentically didn't see me and he accidentally hit me. That's just what happened. But for this random guy to come up into my face, point finger at me and say, you hit him, I'm going to get you in trouble because you're the one who hit him. And it was like, no, that's not true. That's a lie about me and you're going to get me in trouble? Like, why? What do you have to gain from this? What is your point here? You're going to hurt me? Like, what do you just want to hurt some guy? And it'd be one thing if I did hit him. It'd be one thing if I was like getting all mean and aggressive or unfair to the truck driver. Maybe I was like unfairly taking it out on him. And I did. I did approach a little bit hostile at first. Like, why would you do that? But then it kind of got diffused. I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'm wrong. But man, I got so angry at this guy. It stopped even being about the truck driver. It was like me and this guy. I'm just so angry. I'm like, why would you lie about this? Why are you trying to get me in trouble? Who even are you? Why do you care? I'm getting so angry. And he wouldn't let me finish anything I was saying. He just kept interrupting everything with, you hit him. You hit him. Literally like a parrot. And eventually the supervisor shows up, tells the guy like, yeah, it's going to be a while, man. And I'll take your information and we'll call you if we need like a report, So eventually the guy gets in his Mercedes and drives away. And then I'm sitting here for the next 3 hours waiting for police to come and to fill reports out and all this stuff. And in those 3 hours, I just sat there talking with these supervisors, talking with the truck driver, eventually just calming down. We all just kind of became buddies. We all started talking. Again, we exchanged information. Again, surprisingly, the only damage that was done to my truck was just a mirror. Praise be to God. Praise be to God. He prevented me from more damage that should have happened. This giant, massive truck not stopping and just slamming into me. And again, the second it happened, it sounded and it just felt powerful. It sounded like such a magnified crunch And it's just this big giant truck that just was not stopping. It was an oversized load truck is like what it was, you know? But man, was I so angry. I got so fired up. My blood was just pulsing. And it was at this guy. It was at not even the truck driver, the guy who hit me. It was this random guy who came up and just started lying about me and trying to hurt me. And I got so mad at him. Ugh, like if I could, I would have punched him. Like I was so heated, man. And again, if you know me, like I'm not like that. I used to be like that when I was a kid. I played sports. I did drugs. I'd get all emotionally unstable. Been sober for the last 6 years. I'm like pretty good with that stuff, you know? Even in the moment, even the guy, the truck driver who hit me, it's like, yeah, I get a little bit mad. But then it's just like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's not a big deal. We'll figure it out. It's what? It's property. It's stuff got hit. Stuff got broken. I'm fine. He's fine. Everything's good. But we all sat on this job site for the next like 2 hours, waiting for police to show up, waiting to do all the right, you know, documenting stuff, taking pictures, and we're talking. We all become like buddies. Like literally me and the supervisor are like becoming bros, like talking about my trip, talking about his vacations and stuff. And so I'm like choking up. Let me grab some water. But the reason I'm even saying all of this is anger spreads like kudzu. Like kudzu. It can infect your heart if not taken seriously. If in that moment I did let it get to me. Pardon me, I'm choking up. In that moment, I mean, even as it's happening, even at my worst, even at the most intense, I wanted to just, why are you lying about me? Why are you trying to hurt me? What do you have to gain from this? Who even are you? Still, just the spirit was working in me to just restrain, control. Yeah, my blood's boiling. Yeah, I'm getting angry. But still, his spirit was still kind of keeping me from doing anything bad. You know what I mean? Look at what the Lord can do to stop you and pull you back. If you just have his spirit, you have him with you, even in the worst of moments, even in your lowest moments, even when that uncontrollable rage is taking over your flesh, the spirit still pulls you back. Still keeps you from making that mistake. Still brings you back to what's important, which is him, which is glory to him. And I actually regret, I've been praying about this. I've been praying for him. The guy got in his Mercedes and drove away, and we left it at that. But then for the next 3 hours, I'm talking to the supervisor, I'm talking to the truck driver, we're shaking hands, I'm apologizing to him. I'm like, sorry, man, I got so mad. Sorry about that, brother. It's like God still had a way of preventing me from making mistakes and destroying myself and destroying my life and bringing me back to what matters, what's really important. Now me and these guys are like talking and basically becoming bros, you know? We're shaking hands, we're apologizing, we're doing the right thing. We're leaving like on good terms. Sorry, man, I'm like choking up. I'm not crying. I'm just like weirdly, I should be crying. I should be crying though. Excuse me, sorry. But we'll wrap this up. I do have to get out of this campsite here pretty soon, but what did I write about it? Anger will spread. It will kill your joy and your peace and your purpose. If you let it grow, you let that evil, you let that grow, fester. You let that evil, you let that anger in your heart sit there and linger there unchecked. You don't get serious about cutting it off at its root. You don't get serious about forgiving the people who are causing you to get angry. You don't get serious about understanding and recognizing that like they have their own problems, their own issues, which are causing them to do that. And you don't let that evil take root in your own heart. You can let it go. You can walk away with peace and joy and contentment. Or what? Do I lash out violently? Do I say things that might lead to problems or legal issues or whatever? Or do you let it go? Do you forgive them? Do you realize you can't control others? You can't control their behaviors or their opinions or their heart or their minds. You can only control yourself. And when you let the Spirit lead you, you yourself are able to pull yourself out of the situation. You yourself are able to cut off that evil at its root today in your right now so that it doesn't take root and grow stronger tomorrow. You say, hey, all this anger in this moment, I'm so angry, I could just punch this guy. Like, he's lying about me. He's going to get me in trouble for something I didn't even do. And it's boiling up and it's festering, and you want to lash out. You want to say mean things. You want to do hurtful things to this guy. And instead, what you need to do is the hard thing. You need to be the bigger man that says, I'm going to cut this evil off right now at the root before it grows, before it takes root, before it spreads in my heart, before I keep going and carrying this on to my tomorrow. Today is where I cut this off. Today is where I forgive this man. I pray for him. And I say, you can't hurt me. You can't hurt me. Okay, yeah, you're going to lie about me. Okay, what? You're going to wait around and try to get the police to get me in trouble for something I didn't even do? Well, who cares? Because the truck had a dash cam on it. Who cares? Because the truck driver even admitted to it. Who cares? Because the supervisor's like, yeah, this happens all the time. Not a big deal. Insurance will take care of it. In the moment, though, what I wanted to do was hurt him. What I wanted to do was get revenge. Who are you to get me in trouble? Who are you to lie about me? Who are you? And I want to hurt him. But that anger, that evil unchecked in your heart right now in this moment will lead to your future downfall, your future destruction. And so what did I do? Yeah, it was a moment of weakness. Yeah, I didn't even say any cuss words. I didn't make any threats, but I did get angry. I did. I was not showing the love of Christ. My joy, my peace, my contentment was thrown off. And the guy drove away. We sat around. I texted my bros about it. I was like, can you pray for me? And I felt it. I felt the prayers. I felt the love. I felt his spirit. Bring me back down. Calm me back down. Put me back into my place where I belong, which is just being good with him. Being good with his plan for my life. Being good and content. Just knowing that, like, this will all work out. I did the right thing. We were trying to merge. I didn't do anything illegal or crazy or reckless. Like, we were merging. It was a weird situation. It was dark. It was a weird construction zone, a temporary construction zone that night. It was a new construction pattern. It was a mistake. The guy didn't see me. He hit my car. He stopped. We stopped. We exchanged information. End of the day, it's like a mirror. It could have been worse. I could have been hurt. He could have been hurt. And also at the end of the day, I mean, if anything, the truck driver is the one who's like potentially going to face problems with like lawyers and CDLs and his boss and stuff like that. I've been praying for the truck driver. You should too, by the way. His name's Robert. Sound like I'm crying, but I'm not. His name's Robert. I won't say his last name, but shout out to Robert. Apologized to him, shook his hand. Cop came. Cop was really cool. Everything was awesome about everything, But the reason I'm even bringing all that up and explaining this whole situation was like, look at that. Look at the calm, peaceful, goofy, chill guy. Even he can have these moments where it just sets you off. The fire gets started. The forest fire is raging. And what are you going to do about it? How are you going to handle that situation? Are you going to let it destroy you? Are you going to let it lead you to doing and saying bad things? Or will you let go and let God? Will you just let go? Humble yourself. Be the bigger man that says, you know what? I know you're lying about me. I know you're trying to hurt me, but I'm going to forgive you anyways. Because I can't control what you say. I can't control what you do. I can control what I do. I followed the law. I did the right thing. I am the victim. I got hit. The dash cam will prove that. The other witnesses will prove that. Everything will work out. And instead, in that moment, what did I want to do? I wanted to do what would have destroyed me. I would have said really bad things. I would have done physical things that could have led to more problems. But God has this way of taking what I want to do and redirecting it back to what he needs me to do, which is to collect myself, calm myself, and start apologizing, and start forgiving, and start loving, and start being more in myself, peaceful and full of joy, humble, full of a forgiving heart, and cutting out that kudzu that's trying to take over and infect me and plague me and tear me down and destroy me. Cutting off that kudzu at the root. There in that moment. Not driving away still angry. Not driving away, still mad. I mean, my mirror's still broken. I have to pay to fix my mirror, you know? But am I mad about it now? I'm not. I'm good. We're all good. Everything's okay. No one got hurt. It's at the end of the day, it's a mirror. It's money. It's stuff. It's physical things. And is it worth throwing away what actually matters for what? Temporary relief? To get payback? To hurt the guy that's trying to hurt you? To cause pain to someone who's lying about you? What really is there to gain in the moment? You're going to sacrifice your future life and prosperity, your future joy, your future happiness, so that what, right now, you can make that guy pay for what he did? You can hurt him. You can say mean things that'll make him mad or you feel bad as he drives away. You can physically assault him and hurt him and leave a mark or leave some damage to his body. You can get your payback right now and feel good about yourself and appease what your flesh right now in this moment wants to do. Or you can do the hard thing. You can do the difficult thing. You can collect yourself. And you can forgive. And you can move on. You can control yourself and you can move on and fight another day and live another day and go pursue good, true, beautiful things later that night and then tomorrow and the rest of the weekend. Don't get distracted by others or stuff or status or security. Set yourself apart. Do the difficult thing right now, today, this moment. The hard thing, the difficult thing today, right now, that sets you apart from the world, that sets you apart from the evil, the wickedness around you that's trying to always bring you down and tear you down. Set yourself apart. Move away. Do the difficult thing. Don't go out and party. Don't abort your child. Don't bring in the immigrants. Don't plant the kudzu. Do the thing that, yeah, it's going to suck a little more. It's going to be more difficult. But also years from now, we're going to be glad we did it. Tomorrow, I'm going to be glad I did it. My heart will have peace and joy and contentment. I will live in the purpose God has for my life tomorrow and the next day and the next day because of the sacrifice and the difficult thing I did today. The crappy thing that wasn't fun, that didn't make me popular. Everyone else is doing it. Everyone else is going out and partying. Everyone else is killing their babies so that they can go on more vacations. Everyone else is taking out loans so they can have nice things right now. They can get a house right now instead of working hard and buying it 10 years from now. I can just do what everyone else is doing, right? Meanwhile, the evil in your heart spreads and grows and takes root. And then the stems grow and take more root. And more roots are planted. And more roots are planted. And then in 5 years, now the problem that you could have dealt with that day, that was only a little bit of a kudzu, only a foot that grew that day, the kudzu that grew a foot that day, that you could have just cut off, and you only had to deal with the problem that was 1 foot of kudzu. 5 years from now you have a forest engulfed in kudzu. And how could you even possibly start tackling that issue? Where do you even begin? Could you even keep up with its growth at this point? It's become overwhelming. The evil has infected you to the point where it's beyond your ability to stop it. And you can look back and say, man, I wish I would have started that day. That day I realized, that day I sold my soul. That's the day where I could have stopped this. And now I have this massive problem. I have all this evil in my heart because I let it grow, because I put it off, because I didn't do the hard thing. And I said, you know what? One day I'll deal with it. You know what? Yeah, I'll party on Friday night and Saturday night and have fun and say dirty jokes and do bad things and drink a lot and smoke weed and I'll, look all pretty and I'll hook up with chicks. I'll do all this stuff that's really fun, Friday night and Saturday night. I'll look sexy and I'll go drink alcohol, I'll go have fun. And you know what? Maybe on Sunday I'll go to church and I'll repent. Maybe. Or, next month, it's back to school, man. Everyone's hanging out and having fun. And I'll go to church one of these days. I'll get right with God one of these days. I'll turn away from my sin and turn back to God who created me, who loves me, who's there for me, who's waiting for me. I'll turn away from all my sin and mess and evil one day. I'll go back to God someday. And when that day comes, how much more difficult will it be? How much farther away from God will you be that day when you finally decide to turn away from your sin and your evil? How much more difficult will it be for you to turn back around and start running all the way back to God? How much more difficult will it be that day? When today you could just turn and be with him. You know, but who cares? You know, but what's the big deal? Who cares? It's just a little bit of drugs. It's just a little bit of partying. It's just a little bit of debaucherous, slanderous words, mean words, dirty jokes. It's just one baby that got aborted. It's just a few million immigrants we're bringing in. It's just, it's just a couple loans I'm taking out. It's just, a few nights of sleep I'm missing out on. What's the big deal? Until it is. Until that mindset continues, and 5 years from now, it has become a big deal. And it has destroyed you. And it has led you far away from righteousness and far away from goodness and truth and beauty. And you have instead pushed yourself, because of your own selfishness in your now, in your today, has pushed you towards what's ugly and bad and untrue. The lies. So what is important? We're going to skip some stuff because I got to wrap up and leave. I got to obey the campsite. I got to leave. I can't do what I want to do right now in the moment, which is, I'll just stay. Hey, what's the big deal? He might not come back and check on me. Campsite host guy. He might not check on me for another hour. I might be able to squeeze another hour out of this. Or do I do the thing that says, you know what, I'm going to cut this short and do the right thing right now in this moment? I'm going to do that. So I'll just read what I wrote and we'll wrap it up. I said, God redirected me from myself because I let him. Myself wanted to party. I'm a partier. I love to smoke. I love to drink. I love to eat too much. I love to feel good, man. I love to eat a bunch of food and sleep a big nap, a big food coma nap. I like to smoke weed and drink and hang out with my bros and laugh and giggle and, read interesting books. And, I like to sit around and be lazy and watch interesting things and read interesting things and just feel good. I like to pleasure my flesh. And instead, now with God's Spirit working in me and through me and on me every day, because I've opened my heart up to him and I've let him in, he now protects me from that. He protects me from what I want to do and has this weird, awesome, powerful, funny way of moving me away and towards him and towards righteousness and towards long-term things that matter. Long-term goodness, long-term truth, long-term beauty, instead of that short-term pleasure. Having stuff, having a sense of security, being content in the moment, getting alone so that I can feel like I'm rich and powerful right now in the moment and not worrying about it until later, only for that to destroy me and destroy my later, God redirects me away from myself because I let him. I can't do it on my own. I will never do it on my own. I'm weak. I'm pathetic. I, myself, want to eat. I want to smoke weed. I want to hook up with chicks. I want to be lazy and have fun. And when I turned and let God in, when I let God work in my heart, when I let my spirit be reunited with him, he redirects me, whether I like it or not. There are some moments where my mind is fully set on this thing right now is going to be good for me. And God has this funny way of saying, no, son, it's not. Here's something else better for you. And it's going to suck and it's going to be painful and you're going to be mad that you didn't get that thing you wanted. But you're going to see, because you trust me, because you know that what I have is going to be good. Even though it will be hard, it'll be challenging, it'll be unwanted, it'll be difficult and painful in your right now, in this moment you're having right now, that's leading you away from what you want. The trust I have in him leads me towards what is actually good, true, and beautiful down the road, down the line. And every single time it happens, every single time I am led away from what would have destroyed me, the thing that I wanted, the thing I craved, the thing I was so convinced was good for me. Me, I know best, I want, I crave, I think. God has this funny way of saying, no, son, I have something else better for you. No, son, I have better plans for you if you trust me. No, son, there's going to be difficult things this way, and you're going to be mad that you didn't get what you want. You're going to be mad that like you have to suffer a little bit and go through some pain and some hardship and some trials and tribulations and heartbreaks. You're going to lose people you love. You're going to have to do difficult things you don't want to do. You're going to be confused and not understand what's going on. But then 5 years from now, you're going to look back like I do at my life and say, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for not letting me do what I want and instead doing what you needed me to do. Because every time it pays off, every time it becomes something good. And I'm not just saying that, I'm not lying. I don't profit on this. I have nothing to gain from me telling you this. It's more like a warning. It's more like me saying, hey, don't be an idiot like me. Hey, don't be ungrateful like me. Hey, don't be stupid and short-sighted like me, like I was. And let him in. Let go of yourself, your wants, your desire to control others and control yourself, and just let go and let him take you away from the bad things you want, the self-destruction that you want to do, the pain and hurt you want to cause other people, the selfish feelings you want for yourself. If you just let go of those and you let God lead you instead to where he needs you to be, to what's righteous and what's actually good for you, it will be, man. It truly will be. And it's not easy and it's not fun. It's not difficult. You're not going to be popular. You're not going to have fancy things. You're not going to have the stuff the world tells you that you should have. But you are going to end up where you belong. You're going to end up in the good place. You're going to end up with God and his people doing godly, glorious things if you let him. But first, you have to let go of what you want, of what you think is best. And you have to let God lead you instead to where he needs you to be, what he wants you to be doing, the purpose he has for your life, not those selfish desires that you have for yourself. So there's that. So yeah, God redirects me away from myself because I let him. When I stray, he leads me back because I am his. Because I have surrendered to him, and I still have to live in this world. I still have to deal with this fleshly body. I still have to deal with myself. I exist. I'm here. I'm a being. I have flaws. I have bad habits. I have urges. I'm a man. I'm a young man. I have naughty urges. I have bad urges. I have desires to have nice things. I had desires to feel good, to smoke weed and feel good, to watch sports and do stupid time-wasting things, read interesting books, get lost up in a fantastical novel about a fictional place and fictional characters. I have those selfish desires, but because I am his, because I am at the end of the day surrendered to him and seeking him and searching for him and presenting my face before him in his word is where I find him. And in prayer, I feel him, I know him, and I present myself, all of myself to him, all of my mess, all of my baggage, all of my bad habits, all of my sins are presented to him. Yes, in shame. Yes, reluctantly. Yes, it's not fun, but I do it because I am his and I am fully surrendered to him. And because of that, he has this funny and yet powerful way of taking me away from the stuff that would destroy me, the stuff that is bad for me, hurtful, damaging, the stuff I want so bad to do because it feels good or looks good right now. And I surrender to him and I let him lead me away to him in his right ways. Boy, has it been paying off, and boy, will it pay off. I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point, but my question for you, audience viewer, my question for you, and hit me up in the comments, talk about it amongst yourself in the comment section, let me know what you think or what your answer is, but my question for you is what is important and where is your care? What is important And where is your care? Is it in power? Is it in money? Is it in winning? Is it in popularity, fitting in, belonging, feeling good? Or is the purpose of this life experiencing God's creation? Behold, God's creation. Mr. Duck, you're back. You're back and listening to me rant. Where is your care? Is it in being a part of this? Is it experiencing the beautiful trees and the beautiful sunshine, the nourishing sunshine? Is it admiring these beautiful creatures, these majestic monsters, these beautiful beasts? Where is your care? Is it in beautiful, good, true things? Or is it in yourself? Or is it in your temporary pleasures? Is it in feeling good right now? Is it being popular? Thinking you're safe? Having a bunch of stuff? Having a legacy you leave behind on this world? Like, what is it that you care about? Is it eternal things? Is it heavenly treasures? Or is it in yourself? Is it in your moment right now? Is that where you care about? I believe the purpose of this life is experiencing God's creation with amazement and wonder, together with Him and together with His children in His creation. Look at this beautiful thing. Look at God's beautiful creation, man. And when I stray, because I do often, I can sit here and rant and give advice and warnings and try to motivate you and encourage you to do good things and not bad things. And yet I do the bad things. I still mess up. I still fall short. I still make mistakes. Like I said at the beginning of my journey, I'm only at 63 out of 100. 63 out of 103. Shouldn't I be at 103 out of 103 if I was perfect? I'm like above average, man. I have a D. I'm failing right now. I'd be ineligible. If I was an athlete, if I was on the football team at like Alabama or Auburn right now, I would be ineligible. I'm shooting 60%. I am a sinner. I fall short. I make mistakes. But yet, at the end of the day, I let go and I let God. I admit when I'm wrong. I admit defeat. I know I make mistakes, and I turn to Him and I bring my mistakes and my shame and my shortcomings and my desires to do bad things. And when I do the bad things, not just when I desire it, but when I give in to those temptations and those cravings and I do the bad thing, I don't run and hide from Him. I don't make excuses for it. I don't pretend like it's actually a good thing. I don't lie to myself. I don't put it off until next week. Oh yeah, I'm sinning right now. Oh yeah, I'm making mistakes right now. I'm falling short right now. I'm doing bad things right now. I am hurting myself right now. But one of these days I'll get around to doing the good thing. One of these days I'll go repent before God and ask for forgiveness. One of these days I'll be the bigger man. One of these days I'll just keep putting off fighting back that evil that's taking over my heart. I'll just, enjoy it today, and then one of these days I'll get around to solving the problem. And then when that one of those days comes and it's a massive, overwhelming problem that you don't have an idea to where you even begin fighting it off, even then you can still turn to God, and He's still there for you waiting. Even then, when the problem is overwhelming, even then when the kudzu has surrounded and engulfed your entire house, when the kudzu is completely encapsulated you and is tearing you down, bringing you down under its weight, covering you so that you can't get water or sunshine or nourishment. It's just destroying you and bringing you down with it. Even then, when the problems are overwhelming, God's still there with you. There for you. He's waiting on you. He's patient. He's still loving, and He's there for you still. But boy, would it be much easier and much quicker and much better to just tackle it now. To just not have to do that. To not have to bring Him all the weight of all the bad things you've done. And instead, every day, just bring on the little things that you're tempted with, the little mistakes you made, the few problems you had, the one angry moment you had one night when you got in the car accident, the one mistake you made on Friday night when you went out with your friends, you know, the one little problem, the one little temptation, the one little mistake you made along the way. Why don't you bring that to God every day, every night, instead of putting it off and running away from him because of all the guilt and all the shame and all the evil you have let into your heart that has taken over and destroyed you and is bringing you down with it like kudzu. Don't do that. All I can do is just recommend you don't do that. I can't control you. I can't live your life for you. I can't make your decisions for you. I can only give you warnings. I can only give you advice. And if you're still here with me, I think that you might appreciate what I have to say. If you put up with me this long on this stream or all my other streams or whatever, thank you first and foremost. I don't get it. I don't know why you're still here, but thank you. But you might if you are here still, you might have gained something from what I've had to say, or the encouragement I've had to give, the warnings I've given, or the advice I've given might have helped you in some way, somehow. And I hope that's the case. Yeah. So with that, we do have to wrap up. We do have to leave the campsite. We have to obey the camp rules. We have to do the right thing, even though it's not the fun thing, even though it's not the easy thing, even though I want to go kick it with my duck friend here. I want to just kick it with this duck friend. I wish I had food to give him, but again, we're not going to make the same mistake as last week of just potentially committing duck genocide by giving them a bunch of chocolate, a bunch of sugar and caffeine. That was really dumb of me. But look at him. He looks so peaceful. He looks so cool. What up, duck? What up, Mr. Duck? I'm a friend. You're a friend. Right? Man, isn't God dope? Man, isn't God's creation dope? And boy, do I love him. Even though sometimes with my words and my actions, I don't show it. I don't live it. I get really angry at some guy because he's lying about me. I get real tempted and led astray by all the beautiful Alabama queens that make me think dirty thoughts and want to do bad things. Man, when I come to God and I present myself, all of myself before him, do I feel gross? Do I feel bad? Do I feel evil? But I still do it. And it makes it so much easier to do it every day with the little bit of problems, the little bit of failures, the little bit of shortcomings. Every day is so much easier, and it's clearly what he wants more from me. And if I can even just begin to attempt to repay the gift he's given to me of creating me, of creating all this, of creating everything that's so awesome in this world and so amazing and beautiful. And I get a chance to just be a part of this story and experience this and love the good things and be a part of the good things. I can just at least try to return the favor a little bit. Like I said on a previous stream, I can just start beginning to scratch the surface on repaying him for what he's done for me, for everything I have that is thanks to him. The least I could do every night is turn to him with myself and apologize and surrender myself to him and say, here I am, Lord. Here's all of me. Everything that's bad and shameful and gross, all my mistakes, also my triumphs and my good things, my good deeds, everything that's been good, but also everything I've done that's bad. Here it is, Lord. Here I am. I surrender to you. I submit to you. Teach me and lead me away from myself. Teach me and lead me away. Direct me away from what I want. Those things that I want that are bad for me, that are damaging to myself and to others. Lord, let me let go of that desire, those cravings, those wants I have selfishly for myself. And Lord, remind me daily to instead turn away and seek you and let you have control and dominion over my life. Let you guide me to where I need to be. Let you open doors for me that you want me to go through. And let me have the desire to walk through those doors. and not force open these closed doors over here that are leading me into sin and evil and self-destruction. Lord, let me let go of what I want. Lord, lead me away from myself. And instead, Lord, lead me to you and your right ways. Lead me to my purpose and my destiny, which is with you, spiritually reunited for eternity. Lord, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I just hope that you out there can take something from this kind of confession, the storytelling, all the ramblings and rantings and thoughts I have in my brain, the warnings I have to give, the encouragement I have to give. Hopefully this helps you. And not in a selfish way, not in a way that says, I'm going to make more money because of this. I'm going to be more popular because of this. I'm going to go enjoy my today more because of this. Let it lead you towards him and toward his right ways, towards what is actually good, true, and beautiful forever, not just what makes you feel good today. So again, we're going to wrap up. I had more to talk about. We'll talk about it on my next stream. Stay tuned. This week, I'm getting ready. I'm in Tennessee for the next week, really just kind of temporarily at this point. Really getting ready to pack my truck, get everything ready in my truck, get everything ready in my own life. And we're going to get everything set and prepped to start traveling the country. So stay tuned. My upcoming streams will start being really my journey, this journey that God is putting me on, away from my selfish desires to work, make money so I can buy land, so I can homestead, so I can have a wife, a pretty wife, and a bunch of children, the stuff that I selfishly want. God has actually redirected me away from that and towards actually going out and seeking the lost and serving those in need and spreading his light and his love with people who need it, instead of coming over here, living in Nashville, having fun, working hard, yeah, but also just spending it on what I want and spending it on investing in myself and my life and my selfish desire to have like a wife and children and gardens and chickens and all this stuff. It's good. It's not a bad thing necessarily. That's like a good goal to have, right? If you're doing it in the right way for the right reasons. But that's what I wanted. And God has clearly been working on me and in me to actually redirect me in a way that says, I want you to go seek the lost sheep and bring them back home. I want you to go seek the one sheep that is left and bring them back home to God. And he's using me right now in the season of my life, maybe forever, maybe it's temporarily, but for some reason, God has taken me away from what I want, which would have destroyed me. I'm sure of it. And he has instead pulled me away and set me off into a different direction, which is now traveling the country and going and meeting the lowest of people, the strangers out there, the people who don't have God, who are lost, who are struggling. And God has actually been pointing me into the direction of these lost sheep in an attempt to bring them home. And you might be one of those. Part of it is this stream where it's the same thing. Not only just the man lying on the concrete that hasn't taken a shower in 3 weeks or maybe even had a conversation with a person ever, in the last month or two. Any kind of meaningful, compassionate, caring, loving conversation with any person. Not only has God been physically, tangibly pointing me in the direction of these lost sheep where I can give them food and shake their hands and hug them and talk to them and bring the light and love of Jesus to them in a very physical, tangible way, but also through these streams to you out there who might be a lost sheep, who might get encouragement from this, who might decide to cut off the kudzu that's slowly infecting your heart today and start taking the difficult steps away from that and tackling the issue and getting serious about fighting back that evil today, consistently, and leading yourself, I don't know where I'm going with that, but leading yourself away from what you were going to mess up with, the bad things you're getting into. And instead, somehow maybe this stream is steering you away from that stuff, from the bad decision you would have made today or the carelessness you would have had today that would have slowly let the kudzu take root and start growing at a rate that's uncontrollable. Maybe today is the day where you watch the stream, you get encouraged, and this helps you. Hopefully it is. Or you're good. Hopefully you're good. I actually hope you're just good. You're watching this for the giggles or whatever, or just to watch me chill with my duck friends and look at the beautiful scenery behind me or whatever. Whatever you're getting out of this stream, for some reason, God wants me doing this. And also God wants me traveling and seeking the lost sheep and serving them in whatever way they need to be served. And I have kind of let go of what I want, my selfish desires for my life. And I have I have let go, and I've let him work in me and through me and on me. And it's led me to traveling and seeking the lost and serving them. So with that, we'll wrap up. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for putting up with me. I love you guys. Jesus does love you, and I love you. And I hope you're doing well, and I hope you are letting go every day and letting God. And I hope every day you're turning away from what you want, and you're turning away from who you were, even in this moment right now, and instead you're turning to God, your Lord and Savior, your Creator, your Sustainer, the mighty, the majestic, the magnificent Creator of all of this. I do truly pray that you are not only aware of that, but you deeply resonate with the fact that this is awesome, he is awesome, and you are awesome, and he has amazing, awesome plans for you. But you have to turn to him. You have to let go of what you want, what you think is best, and instead let go and let him work. And man, even though it's not easy, even though it's challenging and difficult, man, does it pay off. Man, do good things really, truly happen. It might take some time. It might happen after this life in your eternity, but good things happen. He brings good things, and he leads you away from the bad things that you want. So I'll see you guys. Stay tuned. Thank you again for tuning in. Do good, be good, love and be loved. I love you guys. I'll see you soon sometime. Yeah. I was going to say what's up to the duck, but he's asleep.